In this first video, a truck driver is traveling along a dark and isolated road at 2:24 in the morning. There are no streetlights and no other vehicles passing by. For the first few seconds, nothing seems unusual. Then, without warning, a small, child-sized figure appears directly in the truck's path. Luckily, the driver was able to take avoiding action, just narrowly missing it. Whatever it was, it doesn't appear to be struck. The truck continues forward and the figure vanishes back into the darkness. There is no follow-up footage and no explanation. To this day, it is unclear who or what crossed that road at 2:24 a.m. This dashcam footage was captured late at night on a remote, icy road in Russia. The car is moving at a steady pace through the darkness. All we hear is the hum of the engine, the squeaks of the interior as it bounces over the terrain, and the voices of two men speaking. In the distance, the passengers see something brown or tan colored in an upright position running across the road. The men in the vehicle speculate that it was either a deer or an elk, but whatever it was, it appeared as though it was running on two legs, and for a brief moment, it looked almost human. The car continues to drive, but comes to a stop. Instead of driving on, the driver slowly reverses, trying to understand what they just saw. In the headlights, faint tracks are visible in the snow, but they don't immediately resemble the markings you'd expect from an animal. But others aren't so sure. The way it ran across the road and the tracks it left behind leaves no clear answer. Whatever crossed that road disappeared back into the darkness, leaving only questions behind. Sometimes the most disturbing encounters we come across don't involve strange shadows moving in the dead of night or figures appearing on empty roads in the early hours of the morning. Sometimes they involve ordinary people. This dashcam footage captured in 2022 shows a quiet suburban street at around 9:23 at night. Two people walking their dog are about to cross the road when suddenly a car passes through a red light, almost colliding with them. What makes this footage unsettling is how ordinary it feels, and how it could have been any street, any night, and happen to anyone. This footage takes place on the outskirts of East Nashville, just after 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning. The road is dark and quiet, illuminated only by the headlights of a car traveling in the opposite direction. As the car continues traveling along the road, an out-of-place person with their arms above their head comes into the frame. As the car gets closer, the person begins to move, taking several steps towards the vehicle instead of away from it. The driver swerves at the last possible moment, narrowly avoiding a collision. The figure disappears from view almost instantly, swallowed by the darkness behind the car. Speculation followed soon after the video surfaced. Some believe the person may have been sleepwalking, others suggest intoxication or distress. The driver later stated that the encounter triggered a panic attack and that they regret not stopping or calling for emergency assistance. There has never been any follow-up. No explanation or confirmation of who that person was or why they were standing on the road that night. In this dashcam footage, a car approaches an intersection and begins a routine right turn. At the last possible moment, a black Ford Ranger Raptor appears from an adjacent lane, cutting across illegally to make the same turn. As the vehicles exit the intersection, the Raptor suddenly accelerates hard. The rear of the vehicle loses stability, briefly fishtailing before the driver regains control. But rather than slowing down, the Raptor swerves aggressively into the dashcam vehicle's lane to perform an overtake on a slower moving vehicle. Moments later, the road opens into a 2-lane roundabout. Without leaving sufficient space, the Raptor forces its way back into the dashcam driver's lane and the vehicles collide. The impact sends the Raptor into a skid, rotating across the roadway in what resembles a pit maneuver. Both vehicles come to a stop. Almost immediately, the driver and the passenger of the Raptor exit their vehicle and rush towards the dashcam driver, yelling and recording the scene. The footage cuts shortly after. Police and insurance investigations later concluded that the dashcam driver was not at fault. In this video, we are traveling along a narrow, single-lane road that cuts through a dense, wooded area. In front of us, we can see cars slowing down as they approach a person cycling on the edge of the roadway. In the rear-facing camera, we can see something else unfolding. A motorcyclist is approaching from behind when, without warning, the rider loses traction. The bike slips out from beneath them, and the rider's body is thrown sideways, directly into the opposing lane. Both the motorcycle and the rider skids across the asphalt. At the same moment, a truck is traveling in the opposite direction, and there's no time to stop. The rider rolls instinctively, just moments before the truck barrels past, missing them by the smallest of margins. Had they have not rolled, the outcome would have been catastrophic. The scene feels like it goes on for hours, when it only unfolded in less than 5 seconds. The biker stands, seemingly unharmed, and walks back towards the fallen motorcycle. The footage ends there, leaving behind a reminder how thin the line is between an ordinary drive and sudden death. This next footage was captured in Brazil in 2019. It begins beneath a viaduct where a motorcyclist and a small silver hatchback are already locked in a tense exchange, but the reaction that follows turns the situation into something far more dangerous. According to the reports linked to the footage, the confrontation began before the camera was turned on. The motorcyclist claims that the car had been driving slowly and unpredictably and they caused a collision. Fearing the situation could escalate into a robbery, he chose to leave. The bike rider's wife was riding pillion behind him. Moments after the gesture, the driver of the car aggressively swerves towards the motorcycle, forcing the rider to veer away. Then it happens again and again. The biker moves into the emergency lane, slowing down, hoping to lose the car. A large truck approaches alongside him, offering a brief sense of protection. But the hatchback cuts in front of the truck without hesitation, continuing their pursuit. With nowhere else to go, the biker makes a sudden decision. He performs a U-turn, riding directly against the flow of traffic. Cars rush past in the opposite direction as he speeds away, then abruptly turns again, pulling off onto a grassy area beside the road. For a moment, we are left to think that this must be the end of the chase, until we again see the silver hatchback charging at the motorcycle, only narrowly missing their target. But the final moments of the clip are the most disturbing. As the motorcycle pulls away and the hatchback once again catches up to the motorcycle, the biker drives onto a mound on the shoulder of the roadway to escape via a gravel road. As the biker drives along the gravel road, we can see the driver of the vehicle get out of the car, climb the same mound to stalk the biker before the clip ends. Since the incident occurred, the driver said that the wife now lives in fear and requires sleeping pills at night to fall asleep. In this final video, a truck driver is traveling across the Louisville Bridge, connecting Indiana and Kentucky. Without warning, a pickup truck drifts across the center line and into oncoming traffic. The impact is sudden, and the truck is forced sideways, slamming into the bridge barrier. As metal twists, the camera jolts violently, until the movement stops. The truck is left hanging over the edge of the bridge. Below it, only open water. For several seconds, Nothing happens, and we're left with the sense that gravity hasn't finished its work yet. The driver would later be rescued. It would be revealed that the driver of the pickup was operating the vehicle with a suspended license. Their decision to drive that day almost cost the truck driver her life.